Hey guys, this is PrimEval. We're back with day 3 of our Thursday night multi-session game. Let's just go and get ourselves acquainted here. I wanted to put a barracks in front of that cannon. We've just finished a market. Let's go and grab ourselves a granary. So what I meant to type there was take some time to get reacquainted with the game, but I momentarily forgot how to spell that word. So anyways, just ignore that. And we need to get reacquainted with what's going on here as well. I think what I want to do is reset these tiles and set myself to food focus to try to get a little more growth in here. Likewise with Nicaea, let's go reset tiles and go to food focus as well. That slows our production down considerably, so let's go and lock down the 5 hammer tile. As for our other cities, I think we'll also want to grow here. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, that all looks good. So now our plan. The Carthaginians are beating us on every single one of these categories except for land. We spent a lot of our early game effort going towards war, but it hasn't really paid off. The Carthaginians have been at peace this whole time, and as a result they have a lot more science and better infrastructure going for them. They are a good 8 techs ahead of us. So 8 techs at this stage might not mean a lot. Let's check if Ben S has entered the modern era. So he's also an industrial. If we hit artillery first and then concentrate on military, we might be able to beat him back before his science lead becomes too much. Why don't we go and move one of our spies into Carthage? And then we definitely, I think... Okay, so we get dynamite in 10 turns. What we'll do is we'll go and attack the mines, pick up all of these wonders, and then hope that we haven't been too eclipsed in terms of science per turn, and we'll be able to win a military victory before Carthage gets too much of a technological advantage. Alright, so we have that camp. Let's get to work on a road. So we've just cleared out a camp here, and we're working on getting some more food. for more population, more science, and more production later on. Alright, so I think we're pretty much set. Here it looks like we're going to do an artillery push on the Mayans and then hope to leverage that into a military assault on Carthage. So, one of our trade agreements just ended. Our peace treaty with the Mayans has ended. Jerusalem wants a camp cleared, but they just cleared it themselves. We're no longer allies with Milan, and our declaration silver, I believe we have excess silver. Yes, we do. So we'll go and accept that deal. It's 10 turns until artillery, so we'll just hang back with our cannons for now. Unfortunately, our scout doesn't have embarkation. I would like to get a better idea of what's going on in this fogged area. Alright, so all of this looks good. Adrianople, I believe, will also want a barracks. Let's take a quick look at the tech tree here. Railroads would definitely help us, and in terms of getting our production up, we'll also want factories. So here, let's go and set us up to grab industrialization. And so what we'll do is once the cannons pop from Constantinople, Nicaea, and perhaps Adrianople, we'll go and pop our great scientists to get dynamite a little sooner. Here we could do with a stable, since we do have the horse and potentially sheep and cattle. City-state quests. There are no camp clearing quests. Brandenburg Gate, Terracotta Army, and Angkor Wat. Alright, so we've got our first cannon online. Let's grab the rough terrain bonus here. Now, in terms of our angle of attack, taking Tikal might be a good idea, as that would let us citadel bomb our way into Palenque, or the Mayan capital. Citadel bombing could be quite important because the Mayans have the Great Wall. So let's go grab ourselves another cannon here. I don't think we have time to get up an armory. So there's our second cannon. In 2 turns we'll have a third cannon from Adrianople. And then we'll pop our great scientist. So here, let's go grab another cannon. And mine up some more hills. We'll also want a road heading towards the mines. I think we are going to try to take Tikal first to grab some culture borders, and then we can use one of our 3 great generals to citadel bomb our way towards the mine capital. Let's have a look at Hippo Regius. So the Carthaginians have a large army. It's nowhere close to us, but they can always embark and move by sea fairly quickly to our side of the continent. So we just finished a trade route. The Mayans have built yet another wonder, the Alhambra. So if we do capture them without too much trouble, they'll have built us a lot of wonders. Okay, so we have our trade routes to the Japanese cities. That's getting us back into the positive in terms of gold per turn. We can go and repair the silver here. Belgrade has whales. Let's go and declare friendship with Sweden again. That should give us the 10% great person production bonus. In terms of our great scientists, we have another coming in 7, 10, and 18 turns. Trespassing in Belgrade. Alright, so that was our last cannon before we wanted to go and pop artillery. Let's go and grab ourselves a cavalry. And unlock the next stage in rationalism. So here we can go and build ourselves a theater. And finish this farm. Alright, so I think I am going to have to attack the Mayans soon, in which case I will want to speed up dynamite. It would only be 2 turns, and we did just unlock rationalism, so actually I will save the scientist here. 4 cannons, fine. So I just use my great scientist, and now I can go and upgrade these cannons to artillery. Alright, and upgrading those cannons to artillery did push us up a little on the military track, but Carthage is still much higher. So let's start advancing here. Finished our stable, so let's go. We're out of horses. Let's go and build a musketman then. Or we could build an artillery. Sure. Alright, so it looks like Carthage is about to go to war with Sweden. And there does not appear to be any sort of land bridge between the Carthaginian capital and our main landmass here. Alright, so popping that great scientist is really throwing us through the tech tree quite quickly. I think what we really want to get online is railways. That will give us a substantial boost to our production. So that looks good. I think the Mayans know what's up, so let's go and declare war on them now. We lack the gold to upgrade these knights. Okay, so we have 4 artillery with 3 more on the way in 3, 5, and 12 turns. We have a bunch of knights, and we have 1 cavalry unit in training. We just discovered industrialization, but we don't have any coal within our borders. 1, 2, 3. There's a 3 coal just outside our capital, so our culture should expand there shortly. Osaka is starving, which is just fine. What we really need, though, is some more happiness, just to keep our bonus from rationalism up. And that also means we'll want to shift over to production focus. Again. Alright, so let's start setting up our artillery. And we'll send this worker to improve the coal. We can pillage to get ourselves some more gold. Demographics wise, we're now 4 techs behind Carthage and just barely behind them in all of the other metrics. Okay. So finishing this Colosseum should flip us back up to being happy, which will get us our science boost back. Here, that looks fine. Alright, so we just got ourselves another great scientist. None of these city-states fear us. It'd be nice if we could get a little gold out of them. So I want to stop Kyoto from growing, since it's just a puppet right now. So I'm going to go and replace that farm with a trading post. Everything looks fine. We'll want to try to save our scout crossbow here. And one of our units was captured. Ah, of course, Jerusalem. How could I have been so careless? Alright, so we'll keep on making the artillery here. I think overall the Carthaginians have a higher tech rate than us, so our only hope here is, or at least the option I'm going for here, is to go really hard on the military. Let's try to get a pillage off on this knight quickly before he gets killed. It's a minor victory. Demographics wise, we're still trailing in every category. But since we have artillery, we're definitely outclassing the Mayan military units. Unfortunately, we won't be able to run into Tikal with our knight as is, but yeah, the Great Wall is stopping us from doing anything like that. So this cavalry is going to take a lot of damage from the citadel and from any possible range attacks that the Mayans have left. And to Q, let's grab a theater as well. So it'd be nice if I could take Tikal without losing some of these units here. So that'll be a matter of bombarding quickly and then moving my cavalry in before it can be ranged attacked by any of these Mayan units. Alright, so we got it. Let's go and create our puppet. That looks good. Artillery is pretty brutal. Okay, so we'll have scientific theory in a couple turns. We'll probably want to build a public school in our capital since we have the population to support that. So our siege on the mines is going pretty well. We'll be able to drop a citadel, say, over here, and then perhaps a second one right up against their capital. Ah, awesome, and we actually managed to steal a tech from the Carthaginians. Unfortunately, while I was thinking about what tech to steal, we just lost our knight. That's okay. We do in fact have aluminum, which is great. Tech-wise, we're now only a single tech behind the Carthaginians. It's going to take several turns to actually go and destroy that citadel without taking damage, that is. Alright, so we pillaged that citadel. And now we can start advancing our artillery pieces. Looks like the Mayans just got themselves a great engineer. We're probably going to want a spy in case our ranged units or our cavalry units get killed and we can't get vision on the capital. So demographics wise, we are still trailing Carthage, but we're catching up in terms of tech, and we have one great scientist that we've saved. It doesn't look like the Carthaginians are saving. Okay, so they have one great scientist saved, but they're working on non-military things at the moment. We have a bunch of theaters about to finish, so that'll get us our happiness bonus from the rationalism policy opener, and we'll be back to pumping the full amount of science. So, if we are going to want vision of the capital here, it means that we'll have to leave this cavalry in position there. We just finished those theaters, and I've got factories going in our 3 largest cities. Alright, so we just finished a whole bunch of artillery in Antioch. Let's go and grab ourselves a public school. Budapest has declared war on us, so we can make peace with Jerusalem. Berlin, I can also make peace with. Alright, so I think I've mentioned before, but usually in the evenings after work I am not as animated as I would want to be, and also when I'm just moving units around I don't have anything too insightful to say. But we'll stop the video here and I'll see you in part 2.